Remember Trump's epic takedown of Maine's governor?
Is the Maine here the governor of Maine?
Complying with state and federal laws.
We are the federal law.
Brilliant!
You know, when he signed the executive order saying only women should be in women's sports.
Excuse me, it's ma'am.
So what does Maine do? Does Maine say okay? Does Maine comply?
Oh, yes, of course.
No, they double down.
What kind of shit is that?
I'm Jazz Berganzo on this. Fool me once, shame on me.
What?
Fool me twice, shame on you.
I want that son of a bitch dead.
But it's what's next. What's up, everyone? Jazz Berganzo, what's next? Your daily dose. Hope you guys are feeling good today on this Thursday. Remember when Trump got together with a group of governors, saying, hey, I'm going to state some policies, we're going to talk about some things, shoot the shit. So you had all 50 governors there, but there was one governor that Trump had his sights on, and that was Maine's governor. Maine's governor, Miss Childs, and I forgot her first name. I really don't care at this point, for the story anyway. But Trump signed the executive order saying only women should be in women's sports and men need to go play with the guys. Go play with your own guys. Why you gotta be wrecking women's sports, as we've seen over the last 3 to 5 years, from schools to politics to Hollywood. Women's sports have been getting trashed. That's why you have those like Riley Gaines, Martina Navratilova, and other, famous women around the country basically saying, hey, you know what? This shit needs to stop. So Trump signs the executive order. And on top of it, regarding Title IX, that of course, Dementia Joe tried to throw trans mentals in there. Yeah, Trump said, yeah, we're not having it. We need to get rid of that too. And so they did. So what does Maine governor do? Does Maine governor say, hey, you know what? Our bad, mea culpa, we're not going to let this happen again. Any titles, any medals that were handed out, we're going to strip them and go about our merry way. No, they don't comply. They decide to double down. And here we go. This comes out of Breitbart. Trump administration warns Maine after state doubles down on males in female sports. The Trump administration on Wednesday warned Maine that it will face consequences if it continues to flout President Donald Trump's executive order barring males from playing on female sports teams. Fucking wrecking them. Quote, what HHS is asking the Maine Department of Health Education and Maine's Principal Association and Greenlee High School is simple. Protect female athletes' rights. Girls deserve the girls-only sports without male competitors, Department of Health and Human Services, Office for Civil Rights Acting Director Anthony Archival said in a statement to Fox News Digital. Quote, and if Maine doesn't come to the table to voluntarily comply with Title IX, HHS will enforce Title IX to its fullest extent permitted by law, he said. His comment comes after the OCR on Monday announced that the Maine's Department of Education and Maine's Principal Association and Greenlee High School each have violated Title IX of the Education Amendments of 1972, which prohibits discrimination based on sex education programs and activities receiving federal funding. The OCR launched its compliance review after a transgender high school boy claimed that he was claimed the victory in a Maine Class B championship for Greenlee High School track and field back in February. The high school boy was allowed to perform on a girls' team despite Trump's executive order barring males from participating on female sports teams. Following Trump's order, Maine's official publicly said that they would not comply with the order, siding with trans mentals identifying males over women and girls. Real women and real girls basically were told to go fuck themselves. The OCR sent a determination letter with 3 entities, offers the opportunities to voluntarily commit within 10 days to comply with Title IX or risk referral to U.S. Department of Justice for appropriate action. Cut the monies off. No warnings, just do it. But here is the epic takedown of Trump versus Maine's governor.
The NCAA has complied immediately, by the way. That's good. But I understand
They
Maine.
did.
Is Maine here, the governor of Maine? Are you not going to comply with it?
I'm complying with state and federal laws.
We are the federal law. Well, you better do it. You better do it because you're not going to get any federal funding at all if you don't. And by the way, your population, even though it's somewhat
You
liberal,
can't say
although I
that
did very
you're
well
adhering
there,
to federal
your
law when the
population
federal law just
doesn't want
states,
men playing in women's
no, we don't
sports.
want dudes
So you better
playing with
You
girls.
better comply because otherwise you're not getting any federal funding. Every state, good, I'll see you in court. I look forward to that. That should.
After OCR's announcement on Monday, the Maine's Principal Association issued a response in a statement to the outlet. doubling down on support and male and female sports. The alleged violation, quote unquote, alleged, they say alleged. No, it's a clear, plain violation, is due to MPA's policy, which is a direct result of Maine's Human Rights Act mandates that athletes should be allowed to participate on state teams which align with their gender identity, which align with their mental illness over real women. Wow. MPA's policy is consistent with Maine state law. Of course, Maine state law is worthless. The determination that MPA has violated Title IX requires that MPA be beholden to Title IX due to its receiving direct or indirect funding from the federal government. The association continued. In short, a small portion of our funding comes from 151 member schools who received a majority of their funding from local property and state tax. The vast majority of funding comes from ticket sales, sponsorships, streaming, television, and other contracts. Therefore, MPA's position is that HHS does not have Title IX jurisdiction over MPA. Well, that's bullshit, and they're going to find out the hard way. The MPA told the Outlet it expects the subject to be discussed in Maine's legislature and that it looks forward to a robust debate. Maine's state legislature, which is comprised 90% Democrat. Remember the one Republican who stood up? Her name is Libby. Last name is Libby. She stood up and said, yeah, I'm not digging it. Women should be in women's sports and males should be, get the hell out of here. So what they do, they try to censure her. And so now, of course, she's going to fight it. It looks like it's going to go to court. So we're going to have fun with that. Anyway, back to the story. Quote, I'm sorry. President Trump's executive order on keeping men out of women's sports was created to protect female student athletes from having to compete with or against having appear to unclothed before males. Yes. Not only are you competing against dudes who like to feel pretty, but of course those same dudes who like to feel pretty are going to be in your locker room dropping their pants and their ball sacks. So there you go. The order also mandates that each federal department review grants and education programs and, where appropriate, rescind funding to programs that fail to comply with the policy established in the order, which protects women as a matter of safety, fairness, dignity, and truth. This is continual bullshit nonsense. Absolutely. This first time that Trump said, okay, all right, Maine, you want to keep doing this? Fine. We're going to cut the monies off. That's when I would have got the ball rolling. Exactly. I've got the ball rolling. So Maine comes out with their statement and says, oh, you know what? Title IX money is this. Most of the money that comes to the state schools are this through the state. Well, we're going to see about that. But the fact of the matter is that you violated Title IX. You violated Title IX. The women's sports are for women. Executive order. Women are for women's sports. It's not hard. Why do these fucking knuckleheads, these lib knuckleheads, continue to push this bullshit and ram it down kids' throats? This is nonsense. This is trash. To me, there would have been no warnings. Automatically, I would have cut the money off. I would have did behind the scenes, cut the money off. Filed a lawsuit. I would have filed a lawsuit against the state of Maine regarding Title IX, and that would have been the end of it. No warnings. You gave him one warning. Trump gave him one, and that should have been all. But no. How long is this dance going to go? Oh, well, Maine's going to, have it in the state legislature, and it's going to be a robust debate. When the state legislature is comprised overwhelmingly of Democratic knuckleheads, and you had that one Republican stand up, and she was censured because she spoke truth, what do you expect for it to come out? What do you expect the result to come out of that? Nothing. It's going to be the same shit. So, gotta drop hammers. Stop giving strongly worded letters and finger waggings. Hammers need to be dropped. Cut the fucking money off. And with that being said, I'm Jazz Borgonzo. This is What's Next. Want to see more like this? Please leave a comment below. Like it, share it, subscribe to it. Hit that notification bell so you guys never miss a thing. Continue spreading the word about the show. Appreciate you guys watching as always. And we'll see you on the next one. Peace.